everyone. How are you? Happy Wednesday. I am Megan Maciel joining you from the great state of Kansas, and it is such a pleasure to be on live on the Beauty Blueprint group tonight. It is Pink Week. Pink happens to be my favorite color, also my favorite lip color, if you can't tell. And I am so excited to share with you a little bit about my Mary Kay journey and several of the reasons why I love Mary Kay tonight. So just a little bit of a reminder before we get started. When your consultant sends you the video, you have to fill out the Google Doc as well. Because I don't know about you, but Christmas is right around the corner and I would love $500 cash, which sounds awesome. So every time you fill out the Google Doc, you are entered to win $500 cash for each video that you watch. So we're doing these through Sunday. Make sure you watch them all. If you missed Monday and Tuesday, talk to your consultant. That's okay. They can still send you the link. But I know that the holidays are right around the corner and who wouldn't want that cash? So definitely make sure you fill out the Google Doc. That is the only way you can get entered. So tonight I just wanted to tell you a little bit about myself and my story and one of the many reasons why I love Mary Kay. So my background is in clinical social work. I have a bachelor's degree in psychology and a master's degree in social work, and I have worked in healthcare for most of my career. So I worked at a pediatric medical center in the emergency room doing crisis intervention and assessments and trauma-informed care, and then I moved into healthcare administration. And I loved my job as a social worker, but let me tell you, healthcare gets very political and very bureaucratic really quickly. And I realized as I was working my career that in order to get a promotion, I had to wait for someone to retire or, oh, we have a cameo. That's my daughter. Just a minute, okay? Mommy's doing live.
Mommy,
Just 1 second.
cookies that I made?
Yeah.
Cookies that we made?
Yeah.
What if we can try to save some for
Okay.
Halloween so we can pass
That
it
sounds
on
like a
to
great idea.
trick-or-treaters?
Okay, can you close the door, please? I am so sorry. Listen, here in Mary Kay, we love working virtually, and I love working from home. It is one of the greatest joys and blessings, but sometimes that happens, so I do apologize about that. Anyway, that was my daughter, Maribel. She's 6. She's in 1st grade, and she had something she really wanted to tell me about cookies. So there's that. Anyway, so like I mentioned, I spent most of my career in healthcare, and I realized that I wanted promotions. I wanted to move up the ladder. I wanted to advance my income in my career, but I kept having to wait for someone else to make that decision, which became very frustrating for me. And I reached a point in my career where I was the interim director of an entire department. I was very excited about it. My previous director had left and I interviewed for this job and I knew that this job was mine. Like everybody told me, Megan, of course you're going to get this job. Of course you are. It's yours. Everybody loves you. My VP loved me. And guess what? I didn't get the job. And let me tell you, devastated does not even begin to describe it. So I went home that night and I prayed to God and I said, God, I don't know what your plan is, but I trust you. And literally just a few weeks later, I met my dear friend, Kendry, who you're going to hear from later this week, who told me about Mary Kay. And as soon as I learned about Mary Kay, the company, I knew that this was the opportunity that God was going to provide for me because I'm in charge of my own paycheck now. I don't have to wait for someone to decide to give me a 2% raise every year because I want more than a 2% raise and not to wait every year. So one of the things that she told me about was the Mary Kay Ash Foundation. And we all love our foundation on our face. Don't get me wrong. But the foundation, the Mary Kay Foundation, has 2 missions. The first one is to eradicate cancers affecting women. And the second one is to end domestic violence. And in my career as a social worker and nonprofit administrator, I have worked with people that have been affected by both of these situations several times. And also in my personal life. For example, my very best friend was diagnosed with cervical cancer when we were 25. And let me tell you, we were college roommates, best friends, living our best life. And it really puts things into perspective when someone you love and care about is diagnosed with cancer, especially at such a young age. I love that Mary Kay is committed to giving grants for research in the areas of cancer affecting women. In fact, here in Kansas City, where I live, last year they gave a grant to a researcher at KU Medical Center, which is not far from where I live. And one of my customers is actually receiving treatment right now from that doctor. And I would just love to think that the research dollars that Mary Kay provided right here in my own community are going to help my dear friend Sarah and my customer. Also, with domestic violence, Mary Kay is committed to providing grants to shelters in all 50 states. So not just in Dallas, Texas, where Mary Kay is from, but also across the country. So here in Kansas, they donated to a shelter that's also not far from me called Safe Home. And here in the greater metropolitan area, they also donated to a shelter in Missouri. So it's great to know that women in my own community who have to go to a domestic violence shelter, oftentimes with their children and just the clothes on their back, are being supported by the Mary Kay Foundation, because that is the mission of this company, is to empower women. It has empowered me. It has empowered my customers. It has empowered people all over the world. And it is such an honor to be part of this organization and to be in charge of my own destiny. So I want to talk to you a little bit about the opportunity and the investment involved, because you have the opportunity as well. Everybody does. And when my dear friend Kendra talked to me about Mary Kay, I was never someone that was ever going to sell something. I was a social worker. Sales is like the opposite. And let me tell you, Mary Kay is not about sales. It is about connecting with women. And now we get to do that virtually. I like to joke on my virtual parties that I get to work from home with a load of laundry and I don't have to wear a real bra. Now, my kids might come in on me doing a party like they just happened, but it is truly such a blessing to work virtually. And right now, with everything happening with the pandemic in our country and in the world, we are able to start a Mary Kay business for only $30, which is incredible. It is called the eStart. So if you have questions about that, be sure to reach out to your consultant and say, hey girl, what is this eStart? $30 to start a Mary Kay business? And I could be driving a free car and charge my own paycheck and working from home, supporting my kids. That sounds great. So also now all the time, it's only $100 to start a Mary Kay business, which when you hear from these women and you hear what blessings have abounded because of Mary Kay in their life, it is so incredible to think that 57 years ago, Mary Kay Ash, who was a single mom, just like I am, said yes to starting this business. And she did that because she believed in women, and she believed that women should be in charge of their own destinies, of their own paychecks, of their own families, and in charge of achieving their goals and dreams. And I'm so grateful that I have that opportunity too. So if you have any questions about Mary Kay, the opportunity, the chance to be a part of this amazing company, if you have questions about the Mary Kay Foundation, I encourage you to follow them on social media, reach out to your consultant to learn more. And it has been such a pleasure to share with you all tonight. Thank you so much for bearing with me with my little Maribel that came in. I hope you all have a wonderful Wednesday evening, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.